This is your morning jolt, and it's been a very interesting week for the markets. You have tech has been rallying, but I got three things you need to know before the market week ultimately wraps up. Big Twitter war between Trump, Macron, and Trudeau ahead of the G7 meeting, and the market's looking a little vulnerable. I mean, the market has completely ignored all this stuff in the past couple of sessions, but now I think it's going to start to come home to roost. Big time risk here. If you've been loading up on these risky positions, now is the time to reassess. I think the market needs to start factoring in some geopolitical risk and some trade wars because they've really forgotten about it. Next up, I got to give a shout out to my team here at TheStreet. They absolutely blew it away at the Deal's annual corporate governance conference on Thursday. Just so much great stuff. Street's founder Jim Cramer lit up the room. He was the host. Awesome stuff. But I got a couple quick takeaways. I'm going to read them off a list here because there's a lot of stuff. Procter & Gamble's. I talked to newest board member Nelson Peltz on the sidelines. I asked him if he has a timeline, if he has an idea when P&G might announce some form of reorganization or breakup. He talked about it earlier with Jim in the session. He told me he has an idea, but he didn't want to comment anymore, but he did smile at me, Nelson Peltz. Okay, cool. So I'm thinking something's coming with P&G within the next year. Next up, what do we got? Wendy's CEO Todd Penegor. I sat down with him. We'll have more pieces coming from that today. But he actually sat and talked to, he was able to talk with Panera founder Ron Shaich in the hallway. Who knows? Maybe Wendy's is part of the JAB Holdings portfolio someday. I don't know. And then it was interesting for me to hear Paul Singer, Elliott Management founder, up on the stage sounding very grandfatherly because Elliott is known to use some interesting tactics for the companies it targets, Athena Health, Alcoa, just to name a few. Little strange for me. Last up, move of the week. Facebook stock's down almost 3% on the week, which is weird because the Nasdaq has had a phenomenal week. So Facebook is the FANG stock that the market just does not like right now, and with good reason. I mean, you have some more data privacy concerns that came out on Thursday. I think 14 million accounts may have had their status or something on their profile checked. I can't even explain anymore. I'm not a tech geek. I'm not in Silicon Valley. All I know is that it's presenting more headline risk to Facebook, which is unfortunate because tech's on fire, and the PR machine at Facebook has done a good job since the Cambridge Analytical debacle to get investors re-excited with the story. Man, Facebook, what crazy time for them. And lastly, I'm going to leave you with the Jolt tip of the day. Invest with activist investors. I'm sitting there listening to Nelson Peltz and Elliott Management's Paul Singer at the Deal conference. These guys just know stuff. They pick their targets very carefully. They know what they're doing. They're going in with a clear agenda, drive shareholder value, and put a ton of money in their pocket. And as an investor, how can you not bet alongside of these guys? They just have phenomenal teams. They know how to get stuff done, and they're ultimately winners. And you look at boards at many big bloated companies, they just sit there and collect their checks. So go, you know what? Trade some stocks with the activist investors. Chances are you'll probably win out. Be sure to sign up for the Morning Jolt newsletter, www.thestreet.com/newsletters. Have a great weekend.